What's up, YouTube? It's Young Men's Daily Red Pill back for another upload. Appreciate you guys clicking on today's video. Before we get into this video, be sure to drop a like, hit that subscribe button if you want to support what I'm doing here on this channel. You want to help other people, especially young men, find the red pill, take the red pill. As you know from my channel, my goal is to help you take the red pill as early as possible and become the greatest version of yourself. So with no further ado, let's dive into this video, guys. It's a great video topic, and hopefully it can answer your question. If you have any similar questions or concerns, and this applies to you, hopefully I can answer it. So the subject that I received this email, the subject of this email says, "I need your help about Jesus Christ and the red pill." This should get interesting. It says, "Hi, my friend. I am happy that you are a Christian MGTOW, and this is something that I love because you can show us the red pill in the Bible. Well, I need your help about faith, Jesus, and red pill." All right, I did say I grew up a Christian, so that is on the money. I want to tell you that I am not very good speaking, not very good. He doesn't speak English very well, but he would like to share this email with my subscriber base. That's what he says. He's Peruvian and he is living in Italy. My ex-girlfriend was a scout. You can find my history in your video about Christian girls and their nature in church. I'm living with my mother and stepfather. My mother is hypergamous and my father is an ex-alpha. My problem is I want to learn to fight, to do Muay Thai using weapons. That's his passion, he says. But I don't know why my parents don't want to let me do those things. I have a theory, and my theory is that my father wants to make me the subject of his success only to get married. Goes on to say his parents are very toxic. They are so rigid, and I can't talk nothing to them because they can shame me. My mom obligates me to cut my hair, and she is very lookish. I hate that they want to rule my life. They don't want to let me free to choose for myself. So I started to pray to Jesus Christ, and I wanted to be rescued. I prayed that he can help me from them. But I don't know. I prayed to Jesus Christ to be free, but nothing happened. Nothing. I'm 20 years old, and I feel such a slave to them. My question of this email: Jesus Christ, can he save them? Jesus Christ, can he save my red pill friends? All of my friends are beta. My mother is a manipulator. So basically, I feel like number one, if you're having issues with your parents and it sounds like it's time for you to move out. Number one, it's time for you to go establish yourself as a man. It's time for you to go out into the world, especially if you feel like you have manipulative parents. You have parents that are controlling, and you feel as though your father's trying to use you as a success tool, kind of trying to live vicariously through you. That's what it sounds like. If you don't know what vicarious means, it's basically when someone tries to live in your shoes. So he's trying to, basically he wasn't as successful in his life. So what he's trying to do is boost you up and make you do certain things that he never even tried to do, or maybe he did and he wasn't successful. But he's trying to basically have that success in you, have the success that he wanted in his life through you. So you need to cut that off, because that's negative energy, and that's not being on your purpose. That's being on your father's purpose. All right. And as far as your mother goes, you said she's hypergamous. Is she cheating on your father? What is she doing specifically? So let me know in the comments. And your father was an ex-alpha. That's another video. I have a really good video topic for just alpha males in general in society, because I feel like a lot of people that we think are alpha, and this is honest to God, it's truth. A lot of people that you think are alpha are definitely not alpha, and they're very red. They're very blue pill. I mean, extremely blue pill. I would say a very small percentage of alphas are truly red pill and are truly like going their own way. Because a lot of these alphas are super weak-minded people. They just have they have like broad shoulders and a nice chest or whatever, but they're hella weak on the inside. And what else did you want to talk about? The red pill and Jesus Christ. Oh man, this is difficult. So I'll just give you what my perspective is in general, just being a former Christian man and just growing up in the church and being a Christian, what it was like, and just a brief little summary. I will go into depth. I went into depth about this in my Christian video about how I took the red pill after being in church and all of that. But yeah, I mean, being in church, as growing up in the church, man, especially nowadays when feminism's already kind of indoctrinated the church and the pastors don't really follow the Bible in the way that it's structured because they would rather appeal to a larger audience of people rather than keep the commandments within the Bible. You gotta really reconsider the religions that you've been brought up to follow and the religions that you've been taught to you've been raised in. Okay, a lot of these people that say they're religious aren't living a religious lifestyle, and in fact, they're extremely judgmental, and their lifestyles do not reflect the way Jesus would have lived his life. All right, Jesus would have lived his life. He was a single guy, actually. Jesus never had, to our knowledge, a relationship with any women, much like many other historical figures. Jesus was the exact representation of what I feel like is a red pill lifestyle. He went his own way as a man. He had his disciples that followed him, and he was able to lead them and lay down the law, lay down principles, lay down guidelines for them to follow before he left us. Okay? So that's what you're taught. But in church, you are taught this usually in Sunday school by females who won't tell you that they're not even really supposed to be leading a congregation. They're not supposed to be leading a church. But the pastor usually, he's too afraid to say, hey, listen, we can't be having females preach because the Bible doesn't say that. If he says that, the government's on him, the church is divided, all hell breaks loose, literally. He can't even follow the commandments that God has given us, you know? So as far as being a Christian and red pill, it's very hard because taking the red pill is not just about female nature, it's also about understanding what religion is. That's another aspect. You have to understand that religion is here to create order and structure, because if there is no religion, a lot of people would find no reason to live life. Okay, a lot of people, it helps regulate taxes. Churches are actually in cahoots with the government. It's all a process of money cycling in and out of the economy. It keeps things just going, you know what I'm saying? But they won't tell you these things, and that's why they ask for offering and all these things. And the pastor usually has a really nice home, and he's living really nice, while the rest of us are working our 9-to-5s, and we're just shelling out cash each Sunday as soon as we sit down, because it's all really just going to the pastor, and they pray over the money, I'm sure, and they divide it up amongst themselves. And a lot of it goes back to the government eventually when they buy more properties and they try to expand. So you just have to understand what religion is here for, okay? And yeah, this is a hard red pill to swallow. It is a religion also. I talked about love yesterday being a really hard red pill to swallow, where you're thinking like you were born just with that mindset that this is the way things were. I'm comfortable in this. I'm comfortable feeling as though a religion is something I can hold on to, and that Jesus was the Son of God, and he's here, and he came on this earth, and he walked sinless amongst men, and he's forgiven all my sins. But you also have to take what Jesus said, take exactly what he said and his wisdom that he gave us, and you have to apply it to today and the situations now. You can't just keep turning the other cheek and keep getting hit. That's what I kept doing as a nice guy. As a nice guy, I took God's word and I took what my family said, and I completely just kept getting stomped on. I literally kept turning my cheek and getting hit every time, whether it was with dealing with women, especially like my ex-girlfriend. We would get in arguments, and I would just think, listen, I need to follow Jesus and what he preached about turning the other cheek, and vengeance is his, right? And and it didn't get me anywhere. I kept getting walked all over. Nothing came of it, and I don't want that to happen to you guys. All right, so take religion with a grain of salt. Take the good things out of it. Walk as Jesus did, but take certain aspects, especially if you're still a Christian, and do not let yourself get taken advantage of. All right, Jesus never says to be a nice guy, but the churches, the way that they preach the Bible is teaching you to be a nice guy, if that makes any sense. They twisted what he said, and in a sense, they kind of created this nice guy, what they wanted a nice guy to be, even though Jesus never said to let you get taken advantage of, let all this happen to you. No, he says stand your ground and all of this, but they don't teach that. Instead, they teach forgiveness, compassion, all these like soft, effeminate things that really the real Bible wouldn't talk about. The real Bible is not like that, all right? If you read the Bible, God is, he takes vengeance very seriously, okay? So, and he also is completely against what goes on in church today with women leading, all right? I know there's going to be some feminists that dislike this video because I'm spitting facts, man. Just like my last Christian video that I did about the red pill, a couple feminists were a little triggered by that. But listen, like I said, I didn't write the Bible. I didn't write it. So I'm just preaching what is in the Bible. There's also many things in the Quran that talk about how women shouldn't be leading, that they should keep themselves covered. Like the way I have this on, they should be covered up. You should just be able to just barely even see their face, literally just their eyes. So that's even more red pill than the Bible, if we're being completely honest. Anyways, guys, I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on this matter. If you guys are Christian, if you guys were former Christians or former Catholics, former whatever you are, if you're an atheist now, if you have any sort of experience that can help out this guy, it would be much appreciated if you could drop a comment and just kind of share some of your knowledge with him, share some of your knowledge with me as well. It gives me ideas, and I just love having this community where we can bounce ideas off each other and just continue to grow as young guys. Be sure to just like this video if you enjoyed it. Helps me spread my message, helps create engagement, and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any more uploads. Appreciate all of you guys. Have a blessed rest of your day. If you have any questions, remember to email me at youngmensdailyredpill@gmail.com. I don't charge anything for email questions. I'm just doing this out of the kindness of my heart right now. We'll see what happens in the future, but right now I'm just literally, I love helping you guys out. It's a great experience. I love it. So have a blessed one, guys. More videos coming later this week. Stay blessed.